welcome into Let's Talk Kentucky. It's President's Day, and you know, if you are watching us, that means you're not out looking for mattresses and sofas.
Refrigerators.
Or maybe they have us on in the mattress and sofa store.
Maybe
if so, don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good show. All right, so we are going to start today's show with the countdown conversation. This is the part of the show where we discuss as many topics as we can in 6 minutes. This one is going to be really funny. Okay, first up, ugly rebound. Ugly rebound. So a woman said that she was very disappointed because she and her husband recently broke up and he has a new girlfriend, and she was very sorry to see that the woman was ugly. She said that she felt personally offended by the fact that he would move on from her to somebody that was ugly. I want to hear thoughts.
She has money.
Yeah.
She has some kind of gold treasure buried somewhere, and he knows where it is.
Exactly.
Or it's blackmail.
Right, one or the other. You know, I would be definitely okay with it. I wouldn't be worried about it. I'd be like, okay, I might boo-hoo for about 3 seconds, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm back on the market. Here I go. I mean, if he's gonna stoop that low, then heck with it.
That quickly, eh? Just a couple of minutes?
Yeah, a couple of minutes. Little tear shed.
I'd be really upset. I would, because I'd be like, look at this. No, I'm kidding. But it's like, you better have a good personality or something under there.
Something to carry
That
it.
said, though, honestly, everyone's beautiful.
Kim really tried to hit us with the everyone's beautiful. Everyone is beautiful in the sight of the Lord, maybe, but
Everyone has a gift.
you know.
Okay.
But no, I don't see why she's upset. This has nothing to do with her. But I think, the best part is, like, when you're hanging out with your friends and they're like, girl.
Right.
Like, you see that, and she's gonna be getting that for the rest of it, girl. Like, so that's really funny. Okay, up next is social media pledge. So a group of parents, and I think this is already, we're off to a bad start. So they're a group of classroom parents. They're all in a classroom parent group chat. And so somebody in the group decided that it would be a good idea to come up with an anti-social media pledge. So these parents have all been talking about how bad Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat are for their kids' brains, their kids' self-esteem. And so one of the parents said, all right, let's make a pledge. If we all think it's so harmful, let's decide that we're not going to let our kids use social media until they reach middle school.
Well, you know what, Sherelle, I love this because it's all talk, and then all of a sudden when somebody really calls it out, all of a sudden they're like, okay, wait a second. I don't know, that's going a little too far. I don't know if we can do this. But actually, my kids were not on social media until middle school. So I feel like it's definitely doable. Believe it or not, you can keep your kids away from social media until middle school. I'm thankful for it. But that was, of course, my kids were in middle school a little while ago. So, I mean, it wasn't as huge as it is now, like with TikTok.
Yeah.
That has grown, exponentially since then. So, but yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So this is funny because I think one of these parents is going to crack. Their kids are just going to keep bugging them and bugging them and bugging them. They're going to be like, fine, just get on social media. And then they're going to, but don't tell your classmates. And it's going to lead to a big web of lies and deceit.
Gosh.
It's just not going to work.
I mean, this is going to fall apart for those reasons. I think then the parents are going to have to be hiding when they're on social media. Mom's in the bathroom for 45 minutes. What's going on? What is happening? And I just feel like parents will get blamed if a kid sneaks and gets the social media on their own. Then a parent's going to get blamed and everyone will be mad at each other.
Yeah.
Good.
I think this is the best form of peer pressure, though. Do something good instead of something bad. But honestly, like, having social media not until middle school. Middle school is the worst time ever to be on social media. You're trying to figure out who you are and everything. And let's be honest here. Parents still don't know who they are a lot of times.
That's
and there are
true.
some parents that don't need to be on social media either.
Yeah.
So
That's
you need to
true.
set a good example for your kids no matter what age they are.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Very good point, Susan.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, last one, bad neighbors. So there was a woman on the internet complaining that her neighbor's child tears up her vegetable garden every single year. She complains to the parents and they're like, kids will be kids. Just tore up the garden. And so it got me to thinking, how do you deal with your bad neighbors if you've ever had one? Lisa, how do you deal with bad neighbors?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. We actually were the bad neighbors when I was growing up because my brothers, I blame my brothers, but they were ornery. They really were. They were riding motorcycles through my neighbor's yard and around the garden. I don't know. They probably went through the garden too, for all I know. But and they were hellions. They really were. And our neighbor she was so good about it. Looking back, she would like come over and tell my parents, and she would be like, she'd give a warning shot. If it happened again, second warning shot. Third time, she would call the police and get them involved. If they were especially riding the motorcycles through her yard and everything, she just wasn't going to have it. But but at the same time too, even though my mom would complain about her complaining and all of this, the neighbor would come over with vegetables and from her garden, and so they always kept a nice relationship even through my brother's childhood
Tearing
years.
up the neighborhood. That's so funny. Lisa, I love your brother stories. So when I lived in an apartment, I had some neighbors who were very, very loud during their intimate times. And I was like, I can't be a hater. I don't want to complain. So I would just crank up my gospel music real loud so I couldn't hear it. And then when I would see them in the hallway, I'd be like, hi guys, how's it going? Feeling good today? Feeling good today? So yeah.
You should have just high-fived them.
I have my neighbors. I live in a duplex, and my neighbors we don't have a fenced-in yard, and we share a driveway. And their dog keeps going number 2 in the yard, and I have to cross through the yard to get to our vehicles. So it's a little tough, but you know what? These are new neighbors. I went ahead and made sure that I introduced myself. We exchanged phone numbers because it's really important to approach it with gentleness. I let them know, hey, this is the issue. This is why it's an issue. If I have to let you know again, okay, that'll happen. If I need to let the landlord know, though, I'm going to go to them first and let them know. So I feel like, you get more flies with honey than what is that? Vinegar and bugs and things. I don't know, but be nice.
Which is good. Good. All right. Well, good countdown convo, everybody. That was, I'll tell you, Lisa has the best stories. All right, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, we have a very special guest at the table, Representative Amanda Mays Bledsoe. Stay with us.
Your choice of attorney is critical. If you're injured, you need to find an attorney who has trial verdicts in Kentucky.
Within the past year, Kentucky juries have awarded over $20 million to our clients.
Insurance companies know who tries cases here in Kentucky, and they know what the results are.
Davis H. Elliott Company doesn't just hire employees. We empower owners. Other companies may use the same tools and have the same equipment, but what sets us apart is our people. Elliott is proudly 100% employee-owned and offering the opportunity for you to join our team. Visit us at the upcoming ABC 36 Kentucky Employee Job Fair to learn more. Elliott, own your future.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sono Bello.
With Sono Bello, day 1, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up. Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately. And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sono Bello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sono Bello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
If it's a serious wreck,
get a serious attorney. And I've always told my attorneys that they need to practice the case as if their client is their mom.
We're your advocate.
At Golden Law Office, we focus on quality over quantity.
Hey everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm your host and moderator, Sherelle Roberts. We're here with the Let's Talk team. It's Susan Mills, Kim Dixon, Lisa High, and State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe. Welcome to the table.
So excited.
We are so glad to have you here. For folks who live in Lexington, Fayette County, you are no stranger. You have served in many facets of public service, including on our city council. And then not too long ago, you began serving in the General Assembly as a state senator. So been quite a journey for you. And we're glad to have you on here because you had an accident earlier this year, and so many folks have been asking about you, wondering about you, and so we're glad to have you sitting at this table.
It's nice to be sitting at a table.
Yeah. So we do want to talk a little bit about the accident because, again, a lot of folks haven't seen you since. So take us back to that moment of the accident. Kind of what were you doing and how did it happen?
Sure. My daughter started riding really competitive horses during COVID. It would have been cheaper if she stayed playing soccer, but she decided to start riding. And so the last couple of years, her journey as a equestrian has kind of become my journey and has become very much a part-time job for all of us. And it's something we love. I love going to the barn with her. I love watching her ride, cheering her on, seeing her grow from learning to rock trot canter to jumping competitively has been really fun. So we were there on a Friday night, which we're usually at the barn. We had just gotten her a new lease horse. And so this was a new one and had been kind of jittery. She'd been the first time, we had her for about a week, she'd been out of state. And so she'd been pronouncing, kind of leaving the barn quickly. So I was watching her, she was walking out with Annabeth and she got spooked and backed up and kicked kind of all in one motion, which was not what she had been kind of presenting herself to do when we first got her. And I was in the wrong place. And I was very much aware, being very careful. So when they say you don't stand behind horses, you should not. I was not standing behind her. I thought I was far back. I thought I was far enough back. Clearly wasn't when she spooked. Which is, horses are horses. They do funny things. And what was interesting is it happened so fast. It was almost like, did that just happen to me? And then I turned and I saw just amount of blood and bone and things changed pretty quickly. I thought, oh, this is bad. And so we took the horse out real quickly and they called 911. And what I'm so thankful for, having been in Lexington City Council, is I knew once fire got there that we had the best trained EMS in the state. They were highly qualified, and I thought if they got there, I'll be okay. And once they did, that was huge. For me, and then just knowing once we got to UK, knowing that UK Trauma has some of the best in the state, I felt if I can just get to UK, they'll be there to help. And it was a pretty traumatic day for all of us, at that time. And processing has been, I'm very fortunate for the amount of bone that I lost, amount of broken bones that I had. And the surgeon told my mom when he came out, I don't know how her brain and spine and neck are still with us, given how much that I had lost.
Wow. And well, I was going to say, there's so many, you talk about the injuries and what's been the recovery process? I mean, how severe were they?
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Probably worse than I was giving myself time to process. I broke everything kind of from the bones here to nose down. So it fell most of my face. I have 6 plates holding up my cheeks and jaw that will never leave, 23 screws. They took out some last week, which has been nice not having metal in my mouth. So it's a process, and the healing is a process. You have the physical bone. My face swelled. I couldn't feel my face for weeks, and then you started to feel it when it came back, which was a positive because I knew I would feel my face again, but that was exceptionally painful. More so than the bones breaking in some respects because it was just consistent face pain. And then, of course, head trauma is a whole different piece of it when I'll be fine, and then all of a sudden my head will start hurting, waves of pressure will come, not a headache, but pressure. And you don't know when that's going to come. So that's unnerving, I think, just in general, not to mention you wake up and go, oh, this is that, because there's so much metal in my face, when it's cold it hurts, when the weather changes it hurts. It's this time of year has been, you can't go outside and walk. Because it hurts. So that, and then the emotional too. There's all those pieces together that have been, that I am nowhere near getting through. And I think that's the challenge, is recognizing healing's a long journey. It's not going to be, it takes 6 months for a head injury to really figure out kind of where you are. So I'm 9 weeks into what will be still a long process for me. So it's getting there.
Yeah.
Senator, first, I'd like to say I'm so glad you're sitting here with us at the table. We're just so blessed to have you here. As an elected official, how did this incident impact your recovery process? How did it affect your ability to carry out your duties as an elected official?
Sure. Well, the timing was terrible.
Of course, yes, it couldn't
right before the holidays, session starts January 2nd, so I had my own legislative agenda that I had getting ready to go. I had all these meetings with constituents and the holidays and preps for legislative session that quickly were like, well, that's done.
That's a lot for anyone. I mean, without an injury.
No question. There was a lot of preparation, anticipation, excitement about it, and then just to go to, oh my word, not only can I not go, I don't know when I can go back. And the changing expectations of thinking, oh, I'll get this surgery done, then I can be there at this time. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, well then let's think about 2 more weeks from here and adjusting. Okay, I may not have as many bills passed this year as previous bills, and that's okay. Like it's a body for a reason.
You're having to compromise.
You know, yes, and reset the expectations. I think of what success looks like.
Right.
Which I think in any job is hard, but I think when you're an elected official, you have a lot more pressure to feel like you're delivering well and to a high degree of excellence, and there's only so much time. Like unlike council where you can kind of serve all year, this is April 15th, we're done. So
what has been the
Well, Lisa, I've got to stop you there. We have to take a quick break.
Okay.
But Senator Bledsoe is not leaving us. She's going to stay because we want to continue this conversation. So everybody stay with us. We'll have more with Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe after the break.
It's time to treat yourself. Visit WTVQ.com and check out ABC 36 half-off deals and discounts on our features page. Save 50% at local restaurants and businesses. You better hurry. These deals won't last long. Let ABC 36 help you save big today.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's huge President's Day sale is this weekend. Thursday through Monday, shop limited time doorbusters starting at just $1.99 or pay over time with 0% interest for 84 months. The best President's Day furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Social Security is denying more disability claims than ever. If your health prevents you from working, it can be harder to obtain your benefits. We're Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer. We've helped thousands of Kentuckians get the disability benefits they deserve. If you were denied or need to apply, let us help you. If you can't work, call 859-687-8855. Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer.
I'm Appliance Pro. We'll help you make your kitchen chef ready.
Appliance Pro's inventory blowout sale continues now through the end of the month. This is the perfect time to update your home's kitchen. Come in now for the best selection on top quality GE refrigerators, washers and dryers, ovens, ranges, dishwashers, and more. We are locally owned and operated and located at 2320 Fortune Drive in Lexington. The inventory blowout sale till the end of the month. Don't miss it.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's President's Day sale is going on now. With everything on sale, you'll find huge deals throughout the store, including hot buys now up to 50% off. The President's Day sale going on now, only at Ashley.
Special Agent Will Trent, GBI. What can I do for you? I have reason to believe someone's trying to kill you. Faith, we found the bomb. You got 6 minutes to clear the building.
Everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. We are here with Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe, and she has been sharing her story of what she's been up to since the holidays and the time right before. You may remember hearing in the news that she had an accident involving a horse, and so the fact that you are here looking as beautiful as you look, sharing with us, we are so glad that you are here, and we just want to kind of pick up where we left off.
Yeah, so Senator, I wanted to know, what was the response from your constituents and your colleagues immediately after the accident, and also the support you've had since then?
Overwhelming, incredible. You know, I can get emotional just talking about it because it was so amazing. We talk about community so much, and then to see it in action is something beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm one who likes to give more than receive, so taking people's help was hard.
Yeah.
People brought food, DoorDash. I mean, thank goodness for DoorDash. And pajamas. People brought me just the most thoughtful, compassionate things. The number of text messages, flowers, cards that just showed up from people that I didn't didn't expect, a thoughtful message were so encouraging, especially when you kind of thought, this is hard, it's emotionally draining, it's physically draining. So that encouragement support system was just overwhelming.
That's great.
Overwhelming.
So looking ahead, like, what is your plan? I mean, you are such a hustler. Like, you have your expectations for yourself are so high. What are your plans moving forward as a senator for our state?
So that's a really good question. And I think that the challenge, like I mentioned, is kind of reevaluating what you do and how fast you do it. And with recovery, especially with head trauma, you don't want to go too fast, you go backwards. So having the permission from my constituents and other colleagues to say, hey, put your healing first, has allowed that freedom to say, okay, I can't go today. I'm going to have to rest. So I can do better tomorrow. And you don't want to sacrifice the future for short-term gains in this kind of healing environment. So that's been hard to do, and to kind of choose myself, if you will, in that journey. And then to say, you know what, but my expertise is in the budget, and we're just now in that session part of it for the Senate. So that's been fun to be back and be in those meetings more so, and get involved. And having more constituent meetings has been great. Starting to have people in the office and talk a little bit more. And I was so afraid of getting sick. I can't blow my nose. I can't, just those kind of little things to try to limit exposure. So I'm so excited. I'll be there this week in the Senate. I'm excited to kind of get back in it.
That's really, really cool. I think some of the best bills that come out of Frankfort are the bills that are steeped in personal experience. And I'm wondering if there's anything from this experience, and this has been a multifaceted experience, if there's been anything from this experience that you think might inform your legislative work in the future.
Probably not from the equine standpoint. It's been shocking how many people in the legislature as well as in the public have said, oh my word, this happened to me, something similar. We're in the horse capital of the world. Horse injuries are actually pretty common. So that's one thing. I will say in the health insurance space, facial and maxilla is those bones are challenging, but then putting your teeth back together is a whole different ballgame. And the difference between what is a dental procedure versus what is a medical procedure, I probably did not have an appropriate respect for that challenge. If you have breast cancer and your breasts come back, they put in to make it whole. Your teeth aren't covered under medical or some of that, and yet you need your teeth to function. Having been on a liquid diet for a very long time, I am very excited to use my teeth one day. So those kind of pieces, I think, from just an insurance medical piece, there might be some changes.
For sure.
Definitely.
Okay, Senator Bledsoe, first off, you have given me, I'm about to ask a question, but something that you just said really affected me. Don't sacrifice the future for the short-term goals. What other advice can you share with us from this incident that you maybe could benefit others?
Sure, I think one of the things that I've really tried to keep in perspective is that we can do hard things, and everyone's doing something hard. There are moms getting up every day fighting for their kids who are struggling. There are parents that are taking care of elderly parents. There's jobs that aren't working. Everyone's facing hard things. And I think the sun rises and sets whether I'm a good mom or a bad mom, whether I've killed it or it's been a cluster. And I think the challenge, and what I've tried to remind myself is that I can still pause and look at the sunset, and I can still understand that that is unique and amazing and beautiful and joyful, and I can accept that as God's gift to me, and that perspective of saying, it's okay. It's okay. And we're going to start over tomorrow. And we don't get to choose what happens to us oftentimes. Sometimes they're our own making. We all live with decisions and consequences, and sometimes they're just accidents. And so our choice is really how we respond to those things. And modeling for mine, hey, I can accept that this is not a good day, and it's going to be a hard day, but I can still say it's a good day. God is still good. I'm still here. There's still good work ahead. I don't know what that looks like yet in some of that journey, but I know He holds that future, and I'm still looking at sunsets.
That's
awesome. Well, Senator Bledsoe, Amanda Mays Bledsoe, thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you for sharing your story, and we are so glad that you are here. Thank you very much. All right, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, we're going to highlight our woman we're talking about, and it's somebody who's not sitting too far from me. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Andrew Coleman, attorney with Hughes & Coleman. Kentucky is my home. I was born here, I'm raising my family here, and I'm proud to be part of a law firm that's been fighting here for over 35 years. Hughes & Coleman. If you've been injured, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Need to sell your house fast? I'm Todd Haas. We make selling your house fast and easy. We can buy your house as is in as little as 10 days. We buy inherited houses, trashed houses, divorced houses, and foreclosures. In fact, we buy just about anything. Call me today for a free home visit. 859-888-1100. Haas & Haas Properties is the faster way to sell your house.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself means dealing with...
Okay, I'll give you half now. Okay, and this. This is mine.
Don't suffer selling your car on your own. Visit WeBuyAnyCar.com to see what your car's worth. We make it easy. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Nice.
Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Davis H. Elliott Company doesn't just hire employees. We empower owners. Other companies may use the same tools and have the same equipment, but what sets us apart is our people. Elliott is proudly 100% employee-owned and offering the opportunity for you to join our team. Visit us at the upcoming ABC 36 Kentucky Employee Job Fair to learn more. Elliott, own your future.
For over 30 years, Hughes & Coleman has helped tens of thousands of people after serious accidents. If you've been injured, ask around. I'll bet someone you trust will tell you, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We like to end every episode by highlighting a woman we're talking about. And today it's Susan Mills because it's a big day for her. Her new book comes out today. It's called Hadley, the
Happy and Helpful Hadrosaurus.
Yes, so tell us about it, Susan.
She's amazing. She's joyful. She's full of life, and she has food allergies. So she comes up with a yummy idea to include all of her friends and teach them a little bit about her, and they all have fun. And I really do hope that everyone checks it out. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart. But yeah, this is the fourth book in the Dino Sprout educational book series, and she's the sweetest thing. Every time I create a book with a dinosaur, I fall in love with them, and I really do. And it's hard to move on to the next dinosaur. Yeah. So she's amazing.
But you have so many, and we only have a couple seconds. But all of your dinosaur characters have a special need of some sort.
That's right.
I think that that's great that you're highlighting that. So Susan, thank you for being a woman we're talking about.
Yay.
And congratulations on your new book.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining us, and thanks again to Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe.